Please say good morning, Vietnam.
Oh, we're live. Good morning.
Hey, we out here.
Welcome to Electric Skatecast. This is episode 23.
Man.
So we are doing it live now. We are live in the Electric Skatecast studio.
Great to be
Hopefully
here.
Everybody can hear us. I don't know if you guys can, but hopefully you can. If you guys can, let us know.
Yeah. If you can't hear us, feel free to let us know in the comments too, so we don't sit here for 2 hours just talking to ourselves.
Acting like we know what we're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's wait and see. There might be a little bit of a delay. I didn't think about that. Yep.
One of your mics doesn't seem to be working.
Right, let's see if we can fix that real quick. This is the trial and error of doing it live.
I was gonna say, hopefully I didn't knock anything loose.
No.
Look at that. TX is much clearer, much cleaner. Look at that with the TSG pass on.
Interesting.
Oh my goodness.
Let me pull up the soundboard here.
A hush falls over the crowd.
82.
Joe sounds far away. I gotta take my Apple Watch off. I got people in my DMs.
Is it working now? Can you guys hear me nice and clear? Or do I sound like I'm still super far away? This is what it's all about. Joe still sounds far away. Interesting.
Interesting. Well, we could cuddle over this one mic and just get close and personal.
No, we're not going to do that. We'll see if that. Let's see if that helps. You guys will just have to let us know. It'll.
Oh yeah, I took my Apple Watch off. I get easily distracted, so I had to take it off because like people were like blowing up my wrist, and I just can't like do that and talk.
One step at a time.
Yeah, it's like trying to have a quality conversation. You know, you want to like remove those distractions.
Well, we'll see how the audio goes now that we've made some minor adjustments, but it might be something we have to work on in the future. Regardless, welcome to Electric Skatecast, episode 23. We are super stoked to be here. We have a lot of stuff that we're going to go over today, and hopefully it'll be a good time for you guys, and you'll get to experience it live and not miss out on any of the cuts or the stuff that we normally say that gets broken out of the episode.
Exactly.
So,
you're getting Terminal X Raw here.
Yeah.
You're getting J Grand GR
welcome
unfiltered.
To the new format.
Exactly. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoy it.
And the best part is we can now answer questions live, which is also really cool. Especially when we have guests on that people want to ask specific questions to.
Yep.
We can be very specific and answer those questions. So, just kind of starting out, Terminal X Raw. Let's start out. What's new with Terminal X?
It's summer.
What have you been up to?
It's summer in Michigan. We're back, baby. Eastgate is back.
Yep.
There's no more snow outside. It's warm out. I'm literally in like the Hawaiian resort dad shirt.
We got
exactly.
We got the dad shirts out.
Exactly.
And, yeah, we're ready to ride. It's going to be a great season, and it's still basically the beginning.
Absolutely. So, yeah. What's new with you? Mr. Host?
The studio itself, not much.
You just ready to ride?
Ready to ride. Ready to get back out on the road, if you will, and yeah, get as much riding in as I can before I'm tied down and married permanently. So
we got
this
is the last summer, boys.
The boys, the summer for hot boys, hot boy summer, something like that. Is that what they say?
Yes, hot boy summer. Hot guy summer. Yep, that's what's going on here, guys.
Your Sperry's and your khaki shorts.
I am, in fact, wearing Sperry's.
I know, that was the idea.
Yep. So yeah, no, I would say for me, I've got some big plans for some collaborations this year. I know you do too.
Yep.
Down with the folks down in Chicago, especially. Got a lot of secret projects, new video formats that I've never worked with before, working with guys like Fanta Jake from Vision Cinema Productions. Of course, Suicide Shots and Ebor Brandon are going to be there as well. Right. So hopefully lots of good original content, not just kind of like repeating and rehashing stuff.
Yeah. That's the hardest thing too, especially with the way that your channel's set up. Is it's always been that vlog style.
Right, exactly.
So breaking out and doing a little bit more unique content
that's
catered for your viewers and
exactly.
can be a little bit more engaging is going to be huge. So that's really exciting.
Yes, sir. I'm there for it.
And you also have a new project coming up with a DIY.
That is
Tell
true.
us about your new DIY.
That's true. I can't say anything about it yet because it's not done.
Oh, come on.
Nope, I can't say
You
anything.
can't spill the tea at all.
Okay, well, all right. I will say this, and I don't think I've ever dropped an F-bomb live on the show before.
Yeah.
But when I was working with the person who is like, I would call him the master builder, if I can pull from some great Lego movie literature.
Okay.
He's the master builder. So there's multiple people involved to build this. So lots of parts and designers and builders coming together, and then he's the master builder, right?
Right.
When we were discussing the kind of end result of this board, he was doing the calculations on how much power this thing has.
Right.
He was doing like, the watts, the amps, et cetera, et cetera. And when he did the math, I asked him for the result. I was like, well, how much power are we talking here? I was looking for a numerical result here, but his exact words were a metric fuck ton. And I was like, we out here.
Yeah.
Oh, we out here. So anyways, that's all I can say about it. It's going to be an absolute beast.
Yeah.
Huge, big names are involved, of course, and lots of shout outs to them. Once the final product is unveiled, it may be my last e-board ever. It's honestly that like final where it's just,
wow.
It's more than I'll ever need.
And knowing who, I mean, I know who's helping you, and I'm not going to ruin that for you.
Sure.
But knowing who's helping you and the amount of power that he has on his own board.
Exactly.
Yeah, I believe it when he says,
"Oh, for sure."
Fuck ton,
exactly. So, yeah. I'm so excited. I hope he ends up seeing this. I'm gonna let the people know that like we're talking about giving hints on this. Because they're just they periodically text me and they just say, "Bro, I am so excited for this product for you." They're just so geeked for it. They see it coming together. They see the parts coming in the mail and it's being assembled, and they're like, "Bro, this thing is gonna be out of this world." So yeah, I'm trying to make it. I
can't wait until you get it, in your hands, because
exactly
as geeked as they are, they're not the ones that are going to be riding it as their daily driver.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
That's what's exciting for me, is being able to see you ride it, and then obviously I'm going to get to test
right.
it as
Yeah,
well.
There's a little
that goes a long way for me as well.
The electric skate cast tax.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, for sure, man. Yeah, no, I'm excited.
Yeah, that's super amazing, and there's lots going on, and we're just super excited about the summer. There's going to be a lot of stuff to come.
Mm-hmm.
eBoarder asks, what's the plan for the On the Road show? So that is still in the works. We definitely want to do it with COVID starting to
simmer down.
At least in the United States, it's definitely becoming more and more of a reality. So that's, we're definitely looking at some people very soon that we want to go visit. And we have some amazing guests that are going to be on the show this season. So all I can say is stay tuned. We definitely have some stuff planned. It's still on the back burner, but it's slowly simmering.
Exactly.
And it'll get there.
Oh, for sure. It'll be worth it when it happens. That'll be an experience like we'll never forget. That'll be like top 5 experiences in our PEV careers for sure.
Yep, exactly. Also, recently you had a crash.
I did.
That's why your helmet's so nice and matte and not scuffed up anymore.
Exactly. This is a brand new.
What happened?
This is a virgin TSG pass.
Tell us about the crash.
Okay, so it was a dark and stormy night. No, just kidding. So coming down the street, and I was in hyper mode on a boosted stealth. I was actually just dropping some mail off. So just a transporter. I wasn't doing any group rides. Right. I wasn't shredding. I wasn't doing anything long distance. I was just getting from point A to point B.
Right.
And the area downtown Grand Rapids by the Bob, right? Monroe. It's a very like busy road.
Busy intersection.
Yeah.
It's like the main stretch.
Exactly. It's kind of like one of the main strips for Grand Rapids.
Right.
And I rounded the corner heading towards Fulton. So it's almost a little bit of a blind corner.
Right.
And this very young driver was pulling out of the parking garage across the street from the Bob. And she was pulling out extremely slowly, like 4 miles per hour, and she was turning left. So I came around the corner full speed, but still within the legal speed limits of riding Eastgate in Michigan, which I told the cops. And
that's the most important.
Right, exactly.
It wasn't my fault.
Exactly. Oh, for sure. And if she had peeled out of the parking deck like a bat out of hell, we would have missed each other. But because she was going so slow and I was going so fast, my reaction time was limited as I rounded the corner.
Right.
And I kind of dove into the center lane to try to avoid her, but she just kept crawling into the center lane to like meet me with that all.
So obviously she wasn't paying attention.
No, not at all. Not at all. She even, I'll tell a funny story about it later, how she reacted to me, hitting her car. But basically, I slammed into the hood, like the front right there of the car, right by the logo. But my helmet hit the hood and put a big, nice hole in the hood.
Was it like at the front of your helmet?
It was like right here, actually.
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
Luckily it wasn't your camera side.
Well, that actually, you know what? Sorry, it's a mirror image. It was this side right here because this got all scuffed up, and then I remember the camera going like bent backwards. The mount was bent back, and I hit her body, and I kind of like farrowed up, just kind of like this.
Yeah.
And
you tucked in.
Yeah, I was just like, I got to protect my arms and my ribs, so I just tucked in.
Yeah, because at that point, like you're gonna full send it like right into the car, so there's not much you can do.
Exactly. And to answer E-Boarder's question, no, I did not manage to slow down. I smacked her at a delicious 24, and because I went to dodge her, right. I knew if I slammed on the brakes, I was gonna fall.
It's kind of like one of those situations where you're driving your car and you're gonna hit like an animal or something.
Yep, you just gotta.
It's like, well, I either full send it and try and get around them and pass them or whatever, or
you hesitate, you lose.
Like, you gotta go for it.
Exactly. So when I hit her, my body hit her car so hard that my shoes blew off my feet. Like
cartoon.
Exactly. Just straight out of a cartoon. I did a front flip over the hood. I hit sort of on the left side fender bumper area and then landed on the right, on the other side of the car completely.
Right.
And I landed on my tailbone. And I just remember like landing on, like just like laying with like my legs spread out and just being like, oh my gosh, like
my limbs attached.
Like I was like, I think I'm okay. Like I don't think I can die.
Yeah.
And like people like swarmed the street, like people ran in, like freaking out.
Yeah.
Like they thought they were gonna see a dead person. And I'm just laying there like trying to get my helmet off so I can breathe. And she like and I'm thinking to myself, I like, you're a little phased, you're a little foggy, right? But you look up and you see that nice brand new Jeep logo and you're like, I made it. This is it. You're like, I made it big. I made it big. E-Boarder, my board smacked into her Jeep. As far as I'm concerned, it's a total loss. Shout out insurance company. Anyways, so basically, I landed on my tailbone. The adrenaline kicked in, and I just remember sitting there being like, I think I'm actually okay. Like, I think I'm all good. I was wearing
yourself down.
Exactly. Yeah.
No blood on that.
Yeah. I was looking for broken bones. Yeah. I was looking for broken bones. Didn't feel anything. And I had my Flatland 3D gloves on with the wrist protection, which was good. And then I had
shout out Flatland 3D.
Shout out Flatland, man. And then I had some basic knee pads on. That helped a lot too.
Yeah.
But ultimately, the biggest shout out goes to TSG for sure. I would have no teeth. I'd probably be dead or a vegetable.
Oh yeah. I mean, imagine doing that similar to how you crashed a couple summers ago.
Right.
I mean, you would have had permanent brain damage for sure.
Absolutely, without a doubt. Yeah, I would have been a vegetable.
Jaw, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't have been good in any way, shape, or form.
Exactly. So she gets out of the car and she's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let me just brush this off real quick. You just nailed me with your car."
That's always their first question. Are you okay?
I'll be like, let me think about that for a second.
How
are you? Yeah. Are you okay? How's your car? Is your car running okay? Yeah. So people swarmed, obviously. They're like freaking out. They're like, don't move. Cops got called. Fire department got called. Ambulance got called. Like, my college professor actually saw this all go down.
Oh my God.
Because I messaged her and I was like, hey, I can't come to class. I got hit by a car. And she's like, were you?
A bit of an issue.
she was like, were you on like Monroe Avenue? And she's like, yeah, I saw you like laying on the ground.
She saw it all happen.
Yes, she saw it all happen. Perfect alibi. But I'll never forget the girl that hit me. She was like, I'm so glad you were wearing a bright orange shirt. So many people out here are out here wearing all black. And I was like, those rascals.
Those rascals.
How dare they wear all black? I was like, thank goodness I was wearing a bright orange shirt. But I could
it's the year of the romper then for you.
Exactly.
No more black because you don't want to be pegged to that.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm sure insurance wouldn't like that.
No.
But no, I was wearing like that orange NASA shirt, and some of the orange fabric, I hit her so hard that some of like the orange fabric was like stained on the hood. I could see like the orange fabric.
I
I don't
I
know
guess
what
if it was like a polyester type shirt, the plastic could technically scuff. But yeah, wow.
yeah. So, anyways, I'm doing all
Less
right
than
though.
ideal.
I'm very bruised up right on my legs.
Sore. Yeah.
My tailbone was bad for a few days. Other than that, though, like I'm honestly like back to normal. Like I can walk and run now. I can do like push-ups. Nothing hurts. So
Well, that's good. Been doing a lot of push-ups lately.
Yes, actually, I do. I do my
Terminally
push-ups.
swole.
Terminally swole. Terminally sweaty.
Yeah. Well, like I said, hockey summer.
I love E-Boarder's comment. Thank goodness you wore bright orange and she still hit you.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's just telling of the fact that no matter what we do,
yeah,
we're always going to be at risk.
Exactly.
So pad up at least a little. At least wear a helmet. But like.
Exactly.
Oh man.
Yeah. Helmets, man.
Less than ideal.
I literally walked away. I mean, I got a ride home with the cops, but other than that, I walked away.
I mean, that's not too bad.
Yeah. The
That's kind of ride home you can get.
Yeah.
I mean,
considering
the situation.
Yeah.
The ambulance ride.
Yeah. The ambulance was like, "You want to ride to the hospital?" I was like, "I'll call an Uber if I feel like I need to."
That's such an American thing. Yeah, no, I'll just call an Uber.
Yeah, I was calling Uber.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
My mom will come pick me up.
Yeah, exactly.
You never know.
Exactly. That was
safe than sorry.
I was like maybe a lift.
Yeah.
But no, all good for the most part. Back ready to ride, and a new TSG pass, of course.
Yeah, looks good. I like. I don't know if this is with all TSGs, but it seems like they have more of a matte finish to them now.
Yeah, I really like it.
It's less of that like glossy matte. It's more like a flat matte.
Yeah, I can see the reflection in yours pretty easily. It's got like glossy shine.
My purple helmet has got that. It's got that like gloss to it, whereas yours has just flat matte.
Exactly. Yeah, I like it. I'm impressed by it. I noticed it fits a little more snug than my old one did. I don't know whether I was just not used to it.
Too. I think they switched when they started doing the purple ones. They switched to a new padding on the inside, and it's not as far away from your mouth. It's closer to the face.
Yep. No, it fits very snug, very comfortable.
Yeah.
And then of course I got the new GoPro mount set up. I actually like this a little more. I got the GoPro a little bit closer to the helmet this time, so it's not so like.
Yeah, it doesn't stick so far out.
Yeah.
No, yeah, and it doesn't bump on your shoulder.
Right. Yeah, I can swing my shoulder now.
XR General Hospital said, "Did the car get more damage than you did?"
That remains to be seen when this court case convenes. I'm Better Call Saul in this one for sure, but I don't know. I mean, technically, yeah, they got more damage. I'm just all bruised up on my legs, but I mean, when it comes to like the cost, I'm sure my boosted stealth and my TSG pass is
probably more expensive than a new hood on a car.
Oh, for sure, yeah,
especially with a boosted being sold third party now, like
it's
almost
tough.
Irreplaceable.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a total loss. I'll have to get a whole new one pretty much.
E-Boarder says, "So wait, ambulance rides cost money, but police cars are free?"
Yeah, it's kind of a gray area.
It's one of those things where if you don't have great insurance in America, you're kind of screwed when it comes to an ambulance. So a lot of people take Ubers, call their friends to pick them up.
Yep, true story.
Even if it's not the smartest, healthiest decision, the crippling debt that you could get from one ambulance ride is not worth the.
It's terrible.
Not worth it. Yeah.
It's obscene. So when I got hit, or when I had my accident 2 years ago, and obviously I was unconscious or whatever. Right. I was by myself. The neighbors called the ambulance for me.
Right.
You know where I live. Obviously, I live less than a mile away from the nearest hospital. Honestly, like it's within seeing distance. I can see the hospital from my parking lot.
Yeah.
That ambulance ride was $1,000, and I have insurance.
Yeah.
With insurance, that ambulance ride was $1,000. Like, are you kidding me? Like,
yeah, less than ideal.
Yeah. Next time, just put me on the e-board and just like wheel me there.
It's got power. You don't have to push.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just make sure that my neck doesn't.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. That could be problematic.
Oh well, we're gonna do something that we haven't done in a while. I don't think we've done it since season 1.
Right.
We're gonna do some quick fire questions. So that way people can kind of get to know a little bit more about you, as well as your opinions. So, quick fire questions.
I'm ready.
Question number 1: when do you think Evolve will release a new board?
Late this year / early next year.
So 2021 Q4.
Yep, or Q1 2022, depending on the shortage of. There's been a chipset shortage.
There's a chipset shortage.
Yeah.
Which I think is going to affect Eastgate a lot more than people think.
Yep, exactly. Especially with how like intricate evolved ESCs are and all the customization options you have with the remote
Right.
too. I could see that being
Yeah.
a thing.
Yeah, it's going to be the year of the hobby wing and the what's the other one that's big?
Vesk in general,
The
or
Vesk, yeah.
Vesk as a
I
whole?
think that's going to be big. Who do you like more currently? Meepo, XA, or Backfire?
Ooh, you know what? Aside from the less than ideal range for the money you get on the X-Way Atlas,
Mhm.
I actually really liked the Atlas. However, overall as a company, I'm going to give first place to Backfire, even though I actually don't own a Backfire product.
Okay.
And I love my Meepo NLS Pro for the reasons that I've explained before. But every time I look at like the Zealot S and I look at the customer support that Backfire does for their customers, I get more and more impressed. No company's perfect. None of these three companies.
Yeah.
They've all had botches in various forms. But I would say I'm impressed the most with Backfire.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but I haven't seen very many issues with the Backfire S at all, or the Zealot.
The Zealot S had a problem with the trucks breaking, but it was like it was like the first batch. I want to say it might have
Right.
only been like YouTuber units, and they preemptively said, you know, hey, anybody that has this
Yeah, we'll
model,
replace
we got
for
you.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I was like, well, that's the right response to a bad situation.
Yeah, so that can go a long way.
Exactly.
If you had to wear any other color helmet but black, what color would you pick?
Probably Oxblood. It's a dull enough red to where I feel like it matches enough things. I think white would be a cool like a season special of Terminal X where like he wears all white instead of all black.
Only does good for the community.
Exactly.
Passes out flowers to the elderly.
Exactly.
To
Yeah.
the homeless.
I think an all white Terminal X season. Let me know in the comments what you think of like an all white at Terminal X summer. And I get a white TSG pass,
Okay.
and we just get a bright white grip tape
Right.
on the decks. Do something cool like that. I'm sure Flatland 3D would have some all white gloves too. That'd be cool.
I'm sure we could figure something out.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that'd be a cool. I think that'd be a cool event.
Year of the all white. All right.
Exactly.
Will you ever take your helmet off for the people?
We were just talking about this earlier. I would take my helmet off for a couple scenarios. If there was like a huge charity event and like an obscene amount of money was going to be donated to the right cause, like
$1,000, $5,000,
tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. Because like I'm still fairly young. I can do this for a long time.
That's true.
I can play this game for a long time. So it'd have to be a pretty high amount. You know, it had to be the right cause. And or somebody would have to be like, hey, we want to buy like the Terminal X brand, the Terminal X company, and we need you to step down. And here's a huge check. And then I would go start and do my own thing.
You know, now I'm thinking our goal for the end of the season is make this season a big charity event. Get as many companies to like jump in on it with us. We can do like raffles or something with some of our sponsors. And try and raise tens of thousands of dollars to get the Terminal X face reveal.
I'm telling you, like,
or maybe that'll be part of the worldwide road show.
There you go. That the season finale, Terminal X takes his helmet off. But see, I'm like, I can get tons of money donated for all sorts of different charity events, like throughout Terminal X's career. But once Terminal X takes his helmet off, you can't go back. You can't go back. So like, I would constantly have like that fear.
But there's like the DJ Marshmallow, and he's been doing this thing where like, he gives his like marshmallow head to like other people and they take it off and they're like, oh, it's not actually like,
right.
It's like very clearly, obviously a different celebrity or a different person.
Right.
That everybody knows.
Exactly.
And they're like, no.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, I mean, you could do something like that.
I could put in a body double or something like that and then just always like have it swapped out. That's possible.
What if Terminal X is a female?
Right. Yeah. Terminal X is actually like owned and operated. The whole YouTube channel is run by like a girl and she just handles everything and she just dubs in my voice.
Yeah.
And I'm just actually an actor. I've never ridden e-skate in my life. Yeah. The person you see, the first person view of the videos is all actually just some girl riding around. And then she just brings me in to,
I can see
to handle the brand. It's like the Iron Man 3 villain. Yeah. I'm just an actor.
For Top Gear.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm just a stand-in.
Could just be a different driver every episode. Nobody really knows.
Yeah. There you go. You never know who it is.
XR General Hospital said, I heard of Ace Skate when I bought some skate shoes last week where they help autistic children learn how to skateboard. How about donating to that and then add some e-skate in there?
It would have. I love that idea.
Something like that.
I love that idea. But again, to take my helmet off.
Tens of thousands.
100, bro.
Close to 100,000.
I would do some Terminal X OnlyFans stuff with my helmet on for charity before I would take my helmet off. Like that's like it's because to me this is irreversible.
So could we say the goal is $100,000?
That would be a
If
safe
we
start.
donate $100,000 to charity, we could get Terminal X to reveal it.
I think that's a safe start. You know, we got to toss some inflation in there. You know, got to look for taxes and fees, etc. But if somebody was like, "Hey, Terminal X, here's this amazing cause that I know you're gonna love. You're passionate about it. It benefits the community. It benefits somebody who's in need. Here's $100,000 we're gonna give to them if once you take off your helmet." Yeah, I'm sorry. Like I don't have a Grinch heart. I'm ripping the helmet off. Like you can get a look at this ugly mug, and then I'm putting it right back on. But yeah.
All right. Next question. When will your new season start on YouTube?
Ooh, good question. Either this month or next month. Probably the end of this month.
Okay.
It honestly, like the weather has just been so intermittent this spring. On top of just like a lot of crazy like personal life things that aren't bad. It's just been a busy life. So I would say that's like been the biggest delay, as well as like trying to plan stuff out with Chicago, some side plots to the season. We've actually honestly been writing this season for like ongoing storyline. Exactly. Yeah. So there's hopefully going to be
elements to the Terminal X verse.
Exactly. Yeah. So you're not just going to get like Terminal X riding a skateboard on the street. I'm hoping that there's going to be added elements to it.
It's going to be more of a like a personality vlog.
Yeah. I would add that it's also still going to have like the core Terminal X vlog, a sassy, sometimes funny person kind of doing dumb stuff while riding around on a skateboard, especially with the whole gang, all the friends and everything. That's not going anywhere. But I want to add a little razzle dazzle, a little seasoning. Yeah, exactly to it. And I hope to do something that's never been done in the Eastgate content community before, and that's always what I've tried to do. So I'm hoping I can make it happen.
Time will tell. All right, romper or Hawaiian shirts this summer?
Ooh, Hawaiian shirts. I have more of them, and the romper to me is just so ridiculous. It's so obscene.
Yeah, but it's hot guy summer.
I know.
You gotta wear the romper.
I don't know, man. I'm always I love my romper. Obviously, you know me. I wear it.
Your American flag romper.
My American flag male romper. But I'm always afraid that if I have like a serious accident, like I'm gonna have like a major wardrobe malfunction.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's real tight up on the thighs. And when I sit down, like I gotta check. That I'm not flashing anybody.
Yeah,
so.
It's not ideal for every situation.
Exactly. Yeah, and I can just think of all the road rash tearing that thing apart.
Just another piece for your Terminal X OnlyFans.
Terminal X, Triple X After Dark.
After dark. If you could skate in any city right now, where would it be?
Now that it's summer, I'm tempted to say Chicago, mostly because like we have so many good relationships with people down there, and now there's like that personal relationship element to it.
Well, they've been doing some really cool stuff.
They have, man.
They've been doing a lot of really cool competitions.
They're the best of the best,
man. Contests that they've had where they're getting sponsored by White Skate and stuff have been next level. Next level,
without a doubt. Runners up though would be Washington D.C. I know some people there, and it looks like they have fairly nice streets. Don't kill me if I'm wrong.
That's probably true. I mean, they don't get as much weather as
exactly.
West States,
They get that federal eyeball.
The federal budget gets prioritized there. Maybe
I'm sure they would beg to differ. I've heard that their theme there is taxation without representation. But anyways, I guess the final runner-up would be Miami. I've heard good things about the Miami streets compared to like Midwest streets, and I've just never been there. And I feel like the Miami crew would be a really fun vlog for sure.
Yeah, we should reach out to somebody from Miami, see who's down there, see what they're up to.
Definitely. I know some people. I know some people in Atlanta. I don't know anybody in Miami. So if you know people in Miami, let us know. We want to talk.
Yeah, we want to start spreading our wings, getting away from just the east and the west coast.
Exactly. Yeah. Coast. We're passing over the flyover states. We're headed south.
Yeah.
We're headed south for this summer.
Man.
Hot guys. It's going to be hot. Emphasis on hot.
What will e-skating on the moon be like?
Okay.
Because it's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Elon Musk said we're going to the moon.
He did say we're going to the moon. So, okay, hear me out. A very large version of a Trampa board with the box,
big balloon tires.
Yep, with a box on top so that you don't have like the craters and the rocks like damaging it. So you've got the battery box on top. It's easy to maintain when you're in a spacesuit. You can easily like mess with stuff, and then bindings, and then they're just gonna floor it and just launch themselves over the
Go over
crater.
craters.
Yep, exactly. That's what I want to see.
Okay.
I'm there for it too,
I
by the
like
way.
Would you rather have a long-range battery with a low top speed or a low-range battery with a high top speed?
Am I allowed to swap out the battery or no? Is this a fast
One or
charge?
the other.
Is this a fast charging board?
No,
Oh God.
it's a regular old board.
Standard.
Standard battery tech. It's either low.
Is this the only board I'm allowed to have?
Yeah.
Oh
You gotta
God.
pick one or the other.
How low are we talking for low speed, and what's the low range here?
So high range, low speed. So you're gonna have 200-mile range.
200
Yeah,
miles.
200-mile range. And your top speed is 10 miles per hour.
Oh God, no.
And then
Already
your,
no.
Your high speed, low range battery
Oh God.
is 1 mile, but you can go 100 miles per hour.
Do I get more range if I don't go 100 miles per hour?
No, it only goes either 100 in 1 mile or like, there's no in between. It's
There's no
like,
in between.
It's like
Oh God,
100 miles per hour.
This sounds like how to kill Turn Alexa boredom, or like actually just kill him.
These are just the questions that people want to know.
Okay, well, based on the scenario of that top speed board, it sounds like I won't be able to enjoy it for very long, despite going 100 miles an hour. So I'm gonna tentatively say the 10-mile-an-hour one because I feel like I can chill with some one wheelers and I can still get around.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
I can agree with
I'm
that.
gonna I'm riding forever.
I can
So
agree with that. Yeah, you're never gonna have range anxiety.
exactly, even if they go faster than me, when they stop to charge, I'm gonna just keep cruising right by
All
them.
right, see you guys. I'll see you in like 4 hours.
Exactly.
When you catch up, 'cause you can
Exactly, and then overtake
15
me
and I
again.
can't.
Yep, exactly.
Okay. What is Terminal X afraid of?
In the Eastgate world or in his personal
What is
life?
Terminal X afraid of? What gives you the spookies?
What gives me the spookies? Okay. I would say, okay, so when you're lane splitting and it's a red light, so it's a couple lanes full of cars and you're
Right.
lane splitting in the middle. Then the light turns green, but you haven't made it to the front yet, and the cars on both sides you start to move. It feels like you're on the wrong side of a roller coaster ride, like you're about to get run over, and everything starts moving and you're not ready for it, and that gives me the heebie-jeebies. I prefer to get to the front and then starts moving.
Yeah, because then at least you have a little bit of a heads up.
Exactly.
What's coming,
Exactly. I can get ahead of the crowd.
Yeah. That is a really bad feeling.
Yeah. I would say
that lane splitting is okay.
Right, exactly. Not that we condone that.
We definitely don't.
Man, I hope
But
the claims.
sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
I hope that property claims adjuster insurance guy isn't going to end up watching this. I'm not saying
He has no idea who you are.
exactly. Yeah, I'm a random stranger. Yeah.
It's just the Terminal X.
Yeah, exactly. Now I'm Terminal Mex.
What annoys you about Eastgate?
What annoys me about Eastgate? Armchair Redditors, armchair Facebookers. I would say the online community. Well, I mean, I'm a result of the online community. I wouldn't exist without it. Sometimes I scroll through the comments and I'm like, this kid just wants to ride. Like, be nice.
Yeah.
So I think that people's armchair attitude, I don't like it. I would say, what else don't I like about Eastgate in general?
I think there should be like a common sense test before you're allowed to ride.
I like where your head's
I don't
at
know
there.
how many times you see videos or something and you're like, what?
What did you think was going to happen?
That's not common sense.
Exactly.
Like, you have tiny wheels and you're riding on like a bad road and you're like, why are my wheel bearings getting jacked up? It's like, well,
right. Riding
common sense says
exactly. Riding through the sand with a belt
motor. It wouldn't be a hard test. It's just common sense. So it's the basics. You just have to answer some 5-10 common sense questions. If you don't get those, you can't buy an Eastgate.
So a future podcast episode, we should do this live. We should make this common sense Eastgate test live on the air. We can have
see if you can pass it.
Well, no, I mean,
call into other people.
Sure, yeah, you could. Yeah, exactly. We can have other people calling to pass it. Yes, that's while sitting in an armchair. Exactly. I am judging the armchair Redditors from my armchair. And again, I love Reddit. I'm an avid Redditor.
Resource.
Yeah, I learned so much from it. I'm a result of Reddit personally. Terminal X isn't really on Facebook, but yeah, no. Sometimes they're just abysmal to listen to. I'm like, you guys are just depressing. You guys are the reason. And I don't know. People take up arms so easily over the dumbest things, and I'm like, go ride your skateboard.
It's like the console wars of like
right.
PlayStation versus Xbox. Like who who are you really
Right.
really hurting here
Exactly.
by saying one's better than the other?
Exactly. Exactly. And like at the end of the day, you're in these comment debates, and I'm like, you could be riding your electric skateboard right now, but instead you're commenting, fighting somebody who's you're never gonna meet, whose mind you're never gonna change.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I can't read XR General Hospital's comments because I lose focus because they're too funny.
No, they are great. Yeah.
They're great content.
XR General Hospital says, "Yo, dog, I heard you like armchair Redditing," and so I added an armchair Redditor calling out armchair Redditing.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you are. But it's okay because this is quick fire questions.
Exactly.
There's not enough time for you to think about what you're saying.
Exactly. I would say the other thing I don't like about e-skating period is the vague answers for can I travel with my electric skateboard. There's so many different rules. There's so many risks. Like
depends on the airline, depends on the country.
Depends on the country, depends on if you get away with it, depends on the battery size, depends on what you say the battery is. For me, I hate that so much. I wish there was some rule or regulation put in place so I don't have to like be nervous about it going to the airport with an e-board. I could travel a lot more with it.
Yeah.
But it's just I don't want to risk losing a $700 board to TSA.
Yeah, well, I've definitely heard some like horror stories of people like, yeah, I got to the country I wanted to go to. I got to like Colombia or whatever.
Right.
And then they wouldn't let me bring it back. So now your board's in Colombia and you have no way to ship it back.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Like, UPS is readily accessible in other countries.
Yeah, it's definitely a logistical nightmare for sure, especially if you didn't plan on those problems. Yeah. Like I've often thought of mailing my board.
Rule that I said.
There you go. We should write the test live on the air, get some feedback from commenters. We'll have another guest on. They can add to it as well. And then we cold call some other content creators.
Yeah, Slide Extra.
Exactly. And have them take the test.
Yeah. Random people, Psycho Tiller.
Exactly.
Whoever's out there, Colorado Caddy.
Exactly. Yeah. And just be like, hey, can you pass the Electric Skatecast basic e-skate test?
Yeah.
Common sense test.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think it would be fun. I think it'd be a hoot.
That would be good. We could just like zoom them in.
0. Do you wear a helmet? That's what XR General Hospital said. Yes. I hope that would be the first question.
Yeah. Do you wear a helmet? Number 1 question.
Do you wear?
Oh, you passed.
Okay, good.
You
all
answered
right.
yes.
You're in. Welcome to the
Thank
crew.
You can
exactly.
All right. Next question. When are you most productive?
Ooh. I would say. Oh, man, you're making me feel guilty now because I haven't felt very productive these last few days. No,
I've been noticing you've been slacking.
Right. No. Unfortunately, personal life has been causing more, not problems, but has been occupying more of my time than Terminal X stuff. Which
if you stop getting hit by cars, you'll have more time.
Right? Yeah. No, man.
Less personal stuff will get in the way.
Yeah. Turns out personal stuff just really adds up when you're a young professional, man. People don't understand that this is important.
You got to use the right word, entrepreneur.
Exactly. Yes, Mr. Loan Officer. I'm doing a podcast with my helmet on. Call me later.
Yeah. I came in with my helmet on for the loan.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
You should know this is part of the persona.
Exactly. Come on. Yeah. My hours vary. No, I would say if I get some caffeine in me, I can like between 10 and 3 a.m. I can vibe. True story.
Like college kid life where you just
right. Yeah, you get going. I would also say maybe between like 11 and 1 p.m. honestly, and then I eat lunch, take a nap, and then I just kind of like feel my way through the rest of the day. But true story, to get that Google autocorrect interview out, I literally gave my phones to another person. I have 2 phones. I gave them both to another person. I said, don't give me these phones until I finish this video. And then I had my door open so he could come and check on me to make sure that I was like actually working on it and not like, playing Warzone or something. So, yeah.
Hey, whatever helps get you to focus.
It really does. Yeah, it really does. The season 2 finale, or what is it? What season am I on? Season 2, season 3 of Terminal X?
Season 2, I think, of Terminal X.
That finale is actually almost done. Like I'm on the tail end of things. I think I just have to add subtitles and memes and it's pretty much all done.
Yeah, because you delayed it.
I did delay it, but like I said, man, like I said, people don't understand. Not my fans, they understand, but like people in my personal world don't understand like how much time Terminal X takes up. And they're like, you ride what? A scooter? What?
You ride an electric kitty kid?
Exactly. I'm like, no, I have people I need to deliver content to.
Yeah. All right. On the reverse of the question earlier, what's your favorite memory of e-skate?
Ooh. That's honestly a great question. I honestly say it would be a collage of very similar memories. I would say there's been a lot of night rides where I've been riding with like a really tight knit crew,
Yeah.
sometimes in Chicago,
Right.
in Grand Rapids, and it's just super late. The music's playing, everybody's quiet. You just hear the hum of the motors, and you're just cruising. The cars are long gone. You're on the lights are blinking yellows now. The traffic's gone, and that feeling just
yeah, that goes a long way. Like that ride we had in Chicago with Suicide Shots and Ebor Brandon, where it was just 2:30 in the 2 or 3 in the morning or whatever.
Yeah.
And we had all just like pounded some energy drinks.
Yeah.
Like, all right, like,
let's do this.
Let's do this.
Yeah, it was a beautiful time.
That was a good time.
NYEF would be a close second too. Just seeing all those people come together, seeing all the amazing creations, all the content creators, all the actual board builders show up to have like Alex from La Croix and Ernesto from Cali there, just like standing next to each other. I'm like
a summit of Eastgate.
I'm in the presence of greatness,
Yeah.
And they had no clue who I was at the time, and that was fine. They might know who I am now, but at the time I was just a nobody walking around with a helmet, like filming everything.
Well,
but no, that was a beautiful moment to be a part of. Shout out NYC eBoarding Collective.
Yeah,
I know things
to have it happen again.
I know things have changed a lot in New York City. So much stuff has shifted to EUCs and e-bikes.
I would hope that there'll be another electric collective.
I would love to. I would love to see that.
Probably. I don't think it'll happen in 2021.
It's a little soon to tell for sure.
It's too soon, but I think 2022 it's a good potential.
Yeah, I mean they're making good progress. I checked.
The Paris one.
Oh, Paris would be fun too.
Do that.
Paris would be a good memory.
With our UK friends.
Oh, shout out
that we haven't seen in person. It'd be awesome.
Absolutely, yeah. A European tour would be an honor.
Yeah, that would go a long way with me. It would change my life, I would say.
Yeah.
Time will tell. And last question that I have on my predetermined list: what should be illegal about Eastgate?
So, like, what should cops be able to pull you over for, or like fine you?
Like, what do you think is so offensive that some people do that they should get, fined or ticketed?
Okay.
Because cops shouldn't be pulling us over unless we're actually breaking
actual laws. Yeah. I'm gonna say what should be illegal should be people that ride extremely aggressively around other riders to the point where they put those riders in danger.
Oh yeah, especially new riders.
And let me preface it by saying that I love to go fast, I love to carve, I love to do all that crazy stuff.
Yeah.
But if you ever look at raw footage from my camera, like unedited, you'll see my head swiveling all the time to look out for people in my blind spots and right behind me, so that when I do those wide curves, that when I am accelerating like crazy, I'm not running into people. I would say that's a pretty, I feel like, universally agreed upon principle that I feel like I could get a lot of people behind on, because nobody wants to get smacked by somebody, just trying out double kingpin trucks for the first time.
They're loosey goosey, and if you're a new rider and someone's flying by you.
The other thing I would say, and this is both part of like the question about what should be illegal as well as what do I hate about Eastgate, is there is this like, so part of the mob mentality, you do get these like super cocky, arrogant people that not only are they good and they know it, but they actively put down new riders, or they actively leave new riders in the dust.
And when they do it in person, it's a lot different. It's one thing to do it from a keyboard when someone who looks up to you.
Exactly.
Because usually they're riding with you or your group because they
they want exactly
be a part of it.
They want to be part of it.
And for anybody to like put that down or
shameful,
try and hurt their chance of like moving up in the group or just being a part of something themselves, like the Eastgate community, like shame on you.
Shame on you. And I know certain communities have had problems, they had to like overcome this, and some groups have straight up like split because of issues like this. And some groups have gotten really creative, especially shout out to LA Eastgate. They do multiple rides over the weekend now because they have such the types of vehicles that people are riding are just going in the complete opposite directions. You have hardcore one-wheelers, you have EUCs, you have e-bikes, you have these $4,000 e-boards. And so they'll do rides that are like, going fast. They'll have going far. They'll have like a beach cruise one, and then they'll have a complete collective. So no matter what type of PV you ride, there's always gonna be one or two rides for you that weekend that you could definitely enjoy. And I think that's a great way. And you can kind of pick, sub leaders that are, maybe, oh yeah, you're a dedicated one wheeler. You're definitely doing the cruise or doing the collective ride. Oh, you're the guy with the shy batteries, upgrade. you're definitely doing the long distance ride as the leader. So shout out to I think it's Sawyer Reynolds that puts that together at LA Eastgate. I know he's the leader. I don't know if he does all the rides,
Yeah,
but yeah, it's a great idea.
I think
And
so too.
and I think I talked to him a little bit a couple months ago when I was he posted a picture of like LA Eastgate and it was all e-bikes, and I was like, bro, there's nothing skating here.
Yeah.
It's bicycle chains.
Yeah.
And he was like, yes, but it depends on the day, it depends on the ride. He's like, some
Right.
rides are all boards.
Yeah, I mean, like if you look at the big, I don't know if it was a Shred Lights ride or what it was, but it was like an Evolve Super 73
Yep.
Shred Lights.
Yeah, it just
I
happened
mean, there
last
was, like,
week.
what, 300 plus riders?
Yeah, it was
like,
yeah, it was at least a couple
ton of
hundred.
them were on Super 73s.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Like the e-bikes are getting very popular.
Yeah.
Quickly out there.
Well, they're, assuming that you're okay with not having to like drag it into a building, commuting wise, they're
Right.
genius.
Oh yeah.
For
Absolutely.
like the sole purpose of commuting, you're getting from point A to point B. It's stable, it's safe, it's easy to ride.
Yeah.
You can keep up with traffic with
lock it up.
Yeah, you could lock it up. Yeah.
It's not like like e-skate. You can lock it up using like a skate castle lock.
Right.
But if you don't want to, get one of those, then you're kind of screwed.
Exactly.
And even with a skate castle lock, I probably wouldn't leave it for 8 hours. I'd lock it up to run into the grocery store.
Right. Something quick.
Something quick, but I wouldn't leave it for more than a couple hours.
Yeah, and there's an element for me where I've ridden a bicycle before, and I've ridden like motorized bike like vehicles like dirt bikes or ATVs before,
Right.
and they're fun. I just don't get that same surfing carving feeling, that light, nimble, like darting through the street, just like the Silver Surfer vibes. And so for me, that's one of the reasons I wouldn't always ride an e-bike all the time like some of these guys do. Some of these guys just want to get like the motorcycle gang vibes without having to worry about licenses and insurance. And I bless you, that's just not for me. But
yeah, I mean, there's that also ties into that common sense thing.
Right.
If you don't know how to ride in a group setting,
mm-hmm.
that's probably one of the common sense rules. You should probably know how to ride around other people before you go to a group ride.
Yeah. Be considerate of others.
And that doesn't mean that you need to like. It's not like have 5 years experience for this job, even though it's like an entry level job.
Right. Yeah.
What I mean is like you should be comfortable enough that you can ride around people.
Exactly.
So whether that means you practice at home and you are confident you're not going to fall off your board constantly, or whatever, but you should be comfortable riding around other people.
Yep. You should be considerate of exactly.
Practice riding by yourself, but like, what would you do if someone were to veer in front of you?
Yep. So we had a new rider in Grand Rapids Eastgate, and one of the things we did was I would practice with him. I would ride really close behind him, so he had to keep up. He couldn't slow down, and then I would make him hit every manhole cover in the street to practice hitting those bumps and still maintaining control.
That jitter.
Yep, and still knowing that like I'm right behind him, so he can't just slow down. Like he has to be able to keep up. And then we took it to the next level. We went and found a roundabout, and I made him just do circles in the roundabout with the cars, just doing.
Tomatoes at him or something.
No, I rode with him. Yeah, no, that would have been funny. Yeah. No, but like that way he had experience with cars, but the cars were going slowly. He had practiced turning. He had practiced navigating and watching lanes and looking for blind spots. What cars are around me while I'm doing this roundabout? And it helped out immensely because sure enough, the next ride, guess who had a bus pull up right behind him? It was him.
There's nothing you can do about it.
And he had to be able to keep up with the traffic, and he had to be able to like maintain control on the board with having a giant city bus behind him.
Yeah, the bus is there.
Yeah, so those are definitely good skills to practice for sure if you're a new e-skater. Mm-hmm. Last thing I'll say, the one thing I don't like about e-skate in general is the overall hatred or like putting down of people that ride budget boards.
Yeah.
And I get it. I'm not talking about like those Walmart or Amazon boards that are like
you're talking about like
Chinese boards, mostly Chinese boards. And I think, and this goes back to like that whole like cocky, arrogant
board. I like to call them economy boards.
That's a good idea. Economy boards. Let's make that a thing.
Saying low budget makes it sound like it's cheap.
Right.
But they're not always cheap. Sometimes it's just like I don't want to fly first class. I don't want to be, riding my LaCroix all the time.
Right. Sure.
Sometimes I want to just, focus on the economy.
Yeah. You just want
to get from point A to point B.
Exactly. You want to throw a board on the ground and get to point A.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot, especially, and again, this ties back into the armchair Redditors and the armchair Facebook groups. There's a lot of toxic people out there that somebody's like, hey, just bought my new Backfire Zealot, or hey, just bought my new whatever Wildgo 3S or whatever. And they're just like trash talking, like, oh, you should have bought a LaCroix, this is garbage.
You should have spent $5,000.
And I'm like, stop it. Go home, rethink your life.
Yeah, not everybody can buy a $5,000.
Exactly. Yeah. It's their first board, and maybe their needs are different than yours.
Yeah.
And let's all admit that none of us would be here without economy boards fueling this sport and this hobby.
Oh, absolutely.
We would just have Evolve and a couple high-end like LaCroix and Cali. That would be it.
Yeah.
There would the cost of entry would still be so astronomically high because there would be
Yeah.
no competition from economy boards.
Yeah.
We would all be sitting here trying to like save up for our next board, but because of economy, people can jump and ramp up
Yeah.
more quickly.
Right. They can buy multiple boards.
Exactly.
Equipment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now you have one for me and one for a friend. You're building a group, a
Right.
community.
You can still have those first class boards if you will.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I want one.
You know, every once in a while you want to upgrade to first class.
Yeah, exactly. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nobody's going to judge you for pulling up with a nice board. In fact, people are going to be jealous. But to say that, like, oh, your first board is
You're beneath me.
no. Get out of here with that
You can
attitude.
always fly first class.
Stop it. Yeah, come on now. Like,
I mean, maybe they did,
but still,
but still,
the
common sense thing.
Yeah, I'm rolling my eyes under the helmet when I look at you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah.
Yeah, that wraps up all my questions. Unless the chat has some questions.
Yeah. Any questions for the
we'll
first?
Give them some time to answer, but which is something cool that's about this live experience. Is like we can actually, reach out to the chat. We can get our people engaged, and yeah, it's kind of an exciting feature.
Oh, you already have 14 subscribers?
Flying.
Look at
14
you.
subscribers in one day.
Man, YouTube's about to call you up for a custom
Oh
agreement.
yeah. Gotta start worrying about copyright claims and
Right, yeah.
all that other jazz that occurs.
Yeah. So you're saying I can't play Michael Jackson while we're live?
No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you could.
I'm sure that
We're not monetized.
yeah.
I don't think the show will ever be monetized with the content that we have. But
Yeah, no, not with these shirts on, anyways.
Yeah.
Sorry, we'll have to dress a little more aggressively, I guess. But this was fun.
Yeah,
I had a blast.
It's a good platform. So yeah, we'll give them a little bit more time. And while we're doing that, do you have any future projects you want to highlight, or things that you're working on, or information you want to share with our listeners / viewers?
Yeah, I would say so. Terminal X new season is coming out soon. We've got a lot of group rides and group events planned, so a lot of material will come from that.
Yep.
We've got multiple filmmakers and writers and people that literally do video work for a living. Kind of, they're tapping into my brain for like exactly. They're giving me ideas for how to make this more Terminal X a more dynamic event. And I've got a couple secret projects with some other homies. Some of them, they know who they are out there, and I'm excited for that stuff. Yeah, you know who you are. Yeah, no, I'm excited, man. It's gonna be a great summer, and once this new mystery board, this new mystery project that I have, gets finished up. Once that thing deploys, it's full speed ahead to the new season for sure. That honestly might be the season premiere, is that announcing that new project.
We got to work on getting you multiple camera angles. I think that would go a long way. If we can get you set up with like a camera that's on like the tail of your board, so you can have those like shots while it's like,
right,
you fly past the bus or something.
Exactly.
You can cut to the camera.
Exactly.
Be really close to the bus.
Yep.
And be like, oh, like it really was close, because you can always tell.
Right.
From the side.
Mm-hmm. And with the camera angle being this high up, it's harder to. The higher the camera angle is, the slower everything appears.
Right.
That's why my camera angle used to be like up here, but like above my ear, like up. And I one of the reasons I brought it down was so that it actually makes a little difference in the speed angles.
Yeah, you can see the difference.
Yeah. Yep. We want some MJ. Sorry, eBoarder. I think if I do that,
your own time.
Yeah, you're gonna have to listen to it yourself. I wish we could like have some intro music and it's like MJ or something bopping.
I think we need to work on. Yeah, that's our future. Like, we got to get that production value up.
Yeah.
This was the first step in the live broadcast.
I'm excited, man.
I'm
much
excited
potential.
to see where we're going to go with the rest of the season, but I would expect improvements every episode. We're going to have some amazing guests on this season. We've already had 2 amazing guests on. We started
stellar.
Off stellar. So huge shout out to our first 2 guests, absolute gents.
The best of the best.
Electric and Eric from Shredlights.
I couldn't believe they said yes.
Yeah, right.
I was like, really?
Yeah. Okay,
Shredlights?
Cool. All right.
I was like, okay, wow, we are getting up there, aren't we? But no, man.
We're starting to get some people on here. Definitely got a lot to come. We appreciate everybody tuning in for our first ever inaugural. I don't know if inaugural is the right word, but our first ever video cast. And we're really excited to keep this train going.
Yes, sir.
But until next time, this is Electric Skatecast. You can follow us on Instagram at Electric Skatecast. You can also follow myself on Instagram. I am at jgrandgr. You can follow Terminal X at Official Terminal X on Instagram.
You know who you are. Go get it.
You can also follow him on YouTube at Official Terminal X. And you can
Darn
now
right.
follow us on YouTube and watch our live videos whenever we go live. You can just find us at Electric Skatecast. It should pull up and you'll be good to go. So until next time, stay safe, wear a helmet.
Preach it.
Got anything you want to add before we sign off?
Wear a helmet. Lots of good things. Shout out to J Grand GR for setting up this whole studio and this was all him.
Yeah.
Everything you see here. The camera was him.
Yeah.
I just pulled up with my drink. That's what I did.
Drink.
And I insisted that I wear my helmet.
Yeah.
That's all. That was my input for tonight. So shout out to J Grand GR for making this. Clearly good things to come for Electric Skatecast. So y'all are just seeing the taste.
Yeah. Amazing. All right. Until next time, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you guys around. Stay safe.